Yeah, in just a second. I'm actually trying to finish up a quick alliance quest before we get into story time, so I don't get yelled at by my alliance mates. So very momentarily. I have one fight left before I free him up. And I try not to stream my alliance stuff, so. So how you doing, Mo? Oh. Yes, that actually was a Ghost Rider, and I forgot that the audio is still connected through this. I apologize immensely for just making you listen to that. It is now done though, and we will get started. I so apologize for that, man. That's kind of a tease, right? My bad. It was a Ghost Rider, and I was fighting a King Groot. It is what it is. Hey, I'm feeling much better tonight, so that's a great thing. And the last, I don't know, about week solid, I felt like, oh, it's terrible. Terrible. Finally, I'm starting to feel better. But it's story night, so we're gonna go through the story on, I want to say I haven't started Heroic. We'll do it on Heroic. Oh, of course, before we get into all this, everybody knows Act 6 came out today. I have not done it at all yet. I am ready to, but I will save that for a different time. I've heard mixed bags. You know, there are restrictions on it, which has been a big, huge to the community. Like, a lot of people are having problems with it. Especially with the fact that you can't bring in any 4 stars for your synergies, which is what people wanted to do. 4, 3, any of them. And I tend to agree, they really should do something to allow people to bring in synergies, because they haven't had 5 stars out long enough. Pardon me. For everybody to get the required things that they need to complete this. What's up, man? So shame on Kabam. They really should try to fix that, or come up with something, or at least listen to the community more. So that said, that's that's what's going on with that. Pardon me. The new Nick Fury also came out. I have already completed the chapter 2. I can go over them again some point in the future, but I've done them all weeks. So both weeks all the way through. I do remember, Mope. I do remember. And you did Act 5 Exploration to get the 5-star? What did you get then? While you were typing that out. The new Nick Fury Weekly has some restrictions also. X-Men or X-Force restrictions. I'm pretty sure my team that I took in and had no problems with was Archangel, Magic. I think I took Iceman, Domino, and Wolverine. Those are the ones that I took in. I never even used anybody besides Archangel, except Magic on the Sentinel. She was the only one that the other one that I used somebody different on. Everybody else was strictly just Archangel and melt them down all the way through. Had like zero problems. And again, if at some point you guys want me to do that, I can do that. Just kind of going over what I've done here. Oh, nice. You got a 5-star Corvus. That's an excellent pull, man. The luck continues. What else? I am extraordinarily close to my next rank 5. So after I finish the monthly, I may have enough to do another rank 5. I certainly have the T2As and everything else. There was an offer that was sent out earlier that some people bought, maybe. And as you can see, there was an issue with it, and they're taking it back and refunding the units because it was incorrect. I know we had a couple in our alliance that maybe got it. Very nice, Mo. Very nice. Hey, the rank 5s make a huge difference, honestly. At least on some people. Let's see, crystal wise, what I've stashed a bunch of crystals lately, so when we get through some of this stuff, I'll have some massive openings to do. I should have another 2, maybe 3 5-stars when it's done, but we'll get there. We'll get there. I don't like that song. Sorry, it's a little loud in my ear, so you know. All 3 of those are rank 5 worthy. My first rank 5 was a Blade, and I never regretted it. I am still hunting Stark for my dupe, so I feel your pain there. And I also took Hype up to rank 5 and have 0 regrets on that either. Blade will get you through so much in Act 1 through 5 anyway. He really will. Which brings us to our story time session. Which will begin momentarily. I know it's not going to be a challenge, so I'm just going to bring this team. It's just not really going to matter. What I want to happen is for us to read through the story together, see if we can decipher what's going on. You know, that is exactly what I have been doing too. I guess I could have gone over that stuff too. Is it an items intel? So I'm at 2450 right now, which is I think max you can get up to this point. And where is the? And it's in the store, right? Yeah, in the store. And the Awakening Gym for that 5-star, which is what I'm wanting also is 5,000. So I'm just about halfway there for that 5-star Awakening Gym, which is this is what I am going for also. The other stuff, you know, whatever. What I really want is that 5-star Awakening. Because I still have a lot of Awakenings that I want to do. Specifically Stark Spidey, as I just mentioned. But you know, they're never going to give you the one you actually want, so... Oh, did you guys see this offer today, too? The rank 3 to 4 5-star. For 6,000 units. That's a pretty terrible deal. Pretty terrible deal. Now, I do know after you complete Act 6 through... I think you get an offer for a 4 to 5-star rank up for 10 or 11,000 units. Plus some pretty decent, good stuff to go along with it. That one may end up being worth it. I'm not sure yet. I'll let you know when I get there. Though most of the time those deals are just crap, so it is what it is. Alright. Anyway, on to story time. A call has been sent out by Captain Marvel requesting help from summoners. She presents alarming news. The shape-shifting Skrulls have found their way into the battle realm and are planning some sort of invasion. Which kind of lets me go, where are the Skrulls in this event? So will they be coming next month, maybe? We'll see some Skrull? I don't know. To be continued. To help unveil the slippery aliens, she is leading an early scouting party into the Forbidden Territories. Sorry, you didn't want to hear that. Oh, here's what your rank 5 hype will do right here. Two hits. He's a beast. He just hits so hard. And our next part should be coming up. Oh yes, here it comes. Captain Marvel to Captain America. Summoner, glad to see you're taking this seriously. The Skrulls are a real threat. We see other versions of ourselves, and all the time in this place. It's not really something we question anymore. But that's the perfect place for these monsters to hide in plain sight. And then we get into the fight. Not many people actually read these through. I like to do it at least once. Usually it's on my first run through, but other things got in the way, being sick and all that, so you're getting it on this run through. It's honestly one of the things I enjoy doing. Shape-shifting aliens aren't exactly my forte, but I want to help any way I can. Captain Marvel says my judgment of personality borders on being a superpower itself. A bit flattering, but if she thinks it'll be helpful, then I'm happy to join in. What's up, Sniper? Just playing story time, brother. Hope all is well in your world. Oh, hey, while we're on fight mode here, I am all caught up in Critical Role up to this last week. So now I'm going back and watching the Vox Machina campaign. They started off a lot different than what they are now, for sure. Oh! Did you get a power supply go bad or worse? As if on cue. Another one of you copycats. If you think you'll get the best of me, you're sorely mistaken. Take it easy, Captain. We're not looking for a fight. I've heard that one before. I'll put a stop to you monsters. Incoming! I actually enjoy watching them grow. I really do. Because it shows, you know, the difference that a little bit of time makes. And support. Hold on. We gotta restart that. What's it doing, man? Let me get through this first right here. Phew, was he a scroll? It's hard to say. People here are always fighting for one reason or another. He could just as easily been in the contest thrall. Wait, I'm sensing something. Both of you with me. I could already tell that. I could tell. And that's why you don't see him anymore, right? But what kind of problems are you seeing on your PC, man? Maybe I can help you. Looks like things will be getting complicated. more complicated. Who are you? What's going on here? Another Marvel? We need your help. Stay frosty, Cap. We don't know if we can trust her yet. Stay out of my way. No problem, man. I'm clearly just reading story mode. Because it's story time. Oh, Drax, you thought you could take me on. I am thankful I'm feeling better now. That was rough for a while. Pretty touch and go with that flu, man. It was rough. You can hear my voice is still a little scratchy, but not like it was. Do you think she's one of them, Danvers? She didn't recognize us, and she was already aggressive at the sight of us. Doesn't bode well, but at worst, I think following her will give us some clues. You can't fight the might of hype. I'd recognize that ambient energy anywhere. She went this way. Imposter! Who do you think you are? Captain America, you recognize me, right? Don't let her fool you. You're not the first one to try to pull that trick today. Oh, well, in that case, we won't be put down. Not here. And then she was put down. Right there. And moving on. Pardon me. They sure are brazen, imitating us at our faces. The scrolls are devious tacticians. It's likely they're attempting to throw us off balance. But that won't work, will it, Captains? Fury! Awful convenient you'd show up now. What are you doing here? I'm after Danvers. The other Danvers. If I were going to solve this scroll problem, we're going to need her. Weird. And I'm sure I don't need to update you on how dangerous they are. Motherfucker. Had to throw it in there. Just, it has to be thrown in there. Alright. Alright, before we, let's see. Keeps resetting randomly the past few days and then last night. I trouble loading Windows, trying to repair, was at the PC. When is the last time you either checked the thermal paste on your processor or reseated your either air or water cooler on your processor? And what thermal paste did you use, if you remember? It should be that stuff. It doesn't necessarily going to tell you, and it may show in the 40s. But if it doesn't have a good contact, a good seal, you'll bubble quick and it'll flash off. So unseat it, clean it really good, obviously, and then put it back on and apply new. And then put your air cooler back on and then try it. If that doesn't work, and that's an easy try, right? That doesn't work. When you were doing your installs, I assume you have nothing else plugged in except the keyboard to the mouse and one hard drive, right? Take away all the other stuff except those three things. And see if you can get to go past that point too. And I wouldn't rule out a power supply because that kind of craziness can certainly happen. Especially if it's not showing stuff on your hard drives because it may not be powering them correctly, and thus not powering enough to your CPU and or all the other stuff also. So that's what I'm saying. Take it down to just one hard drive, one keyboard, one mouse, see where you get. And also the applying of the compound. BIOS doesn't actually use anything on the hardware. It is a chip inside the motherboard that doesn't even require the processor's extended power. So BIOS should always work unless the motherboard is completely bricked. If the motherboard is completely bricked, is the only time BIOS wouldn't work and stay stable. You also might try, well, no, try those things first, because after that, if you're going to start doing motherboard jumping and stuff, it's a little more, you know, resetting the CMOS and re-flashing the motherboard manually and all that good stuff. But yeah, try those things first, see what happens. And let's say, even though I found you wandering around as scroll-infested territory, that I believe you, Fury. Sure, let's say that. And let's say you find this other Danvers, and that she's the genuine article. Then what? We work with her to track down what scrolls are here and begin the elimination of the threat. One Captain Marvel isn't enough? I've worked with her before. She'll be key to the mission. Oh, you gotta throw in a couple more motherfuckers in there. Because it's Nick Fury. If those don't work, internally make sure only one hard drive is plugged in. And hopefully you don't have a lot of extras, like I'm sure you have a video card, but like any other cards, take them out. Just kind of strip it bare, right? You want to strip it as bare as you can be, which is RAM, CPU, one hard drive, and probably your video card. If none of that works, you could try to reset the CMOS, either if it has a battery or a jumper switch to reset it, or just a reset button. Reset your CMOS. Do that as a last kind of effort. And then if none of those work... Oh, and on the hard drive, if you have one hard drive and it's still not booting off that one, change the power to a different plug from your power supply. So kind of make sure that you're always keeping that, and then mark that one as tried, you know, go through that process. So those are the things that I would try. It might take a little bit of time, but it could save you a lot of money in the long run. I'll be frank with you, Summoner. I'm not sure about the motivations or authenticity of either Fury or Marvel. We've already seen a lot of deception today. We'll need to be on our toes. But either way, I think this new Danvers will have the answers to our questions. Okay, good. The fact that it's actually booting and getting into stuff makes me think it's not a motherboard issue. It's going to be more a power consumption or power draw, or one of your external peripherals is doing something wrong, which can cause crazy stuff like that to happen. You also might try one stick of RAM instead of the whole bank. It's another thing you could test. That's RAM. Troubleshooting RAM is such a pain in the butt, though. Like hardcore pain in the butt. And that takes hours of time. I think I spent literally $120 hours troubleshooting RAM once. And that is not a fun task, man. And the more RAM you have, the longer that it takes. As long as they're actually registering correctly inside of your BIOS, probably okay. You might, like if you have to get to that level, what you do is you knock it down one notch. Like if it's running at 1300, then you run it at 1200. If it's running at 3200, you run it at 3000. Just kind of step it down one. Keep the same timings that it had. Just adjust your speed for now. Because it really is a pain. Stay yourselves, Marvel. You know well enough what creatures stalk about here. The further you go, the more likely you are to be replaced. I have faced these beasts many a time, and I will do so again. We have a stake in this as well, Ronin. Motherfucker. As do we all, knowing or otherwise. That is why I cannot let you pass. We'll go through you if we have to, accuser. Then attempt as much, and you'll see whose will is stronger. Perfect. Yeah, like, I've been building them since I was 12 years old, man. That's why I'm like, these are the things that I would do in my head to quickly go through the list of what's going on with it. Sounds like you were on the right track when you were trying the right stuff. It just... sometimes they're fickle, man. Sometimes they're fickle. Humph! It would appear the stronger will is yours. I cannot stop you, but I will remain at your side. You will need my help with these foes. If you say so, we'll be keeping a close eye on you, spaceman. Don't cross the line, accuser. I've no plans to. We will need to work together to reach your counterpart. She may be our only hope, but we must get her to control her powers before there are consequences. Powers, huh? If she has powers, then is she a scroll at all? Regardless, someone is rampaging around the battle realm using my cosmic powers irresponsibly. She needs to be controlled, stopped, or both. I'm going to go ahead. I can cover more ground than all of you, and I know all my own tricks. I'll stay in touch. Good old Carol Danvers. Good old Hyperion, really. I mean, he's been this whole fight. We're getting close. I think there's 2 left. See, the summoner takes any form, right? So I figure I look most like Hyperion. I gotta do that. Commander Fury, says Quake. Agent Johnson, good to see you well. Report? Hard to say who is who, sir. But it's about as bad as you assumed out there. And this place already being full of doubles, triples, and beyond isn't helping. Impossible odds. Par for the course. You got a summoner, the captain, and Ronan, the accuser. Though, so we're not short on firepower. And Hyperion. Can't forget Hyperion. You're still on forward march, huh? What do you think this is? Some kind of invasion? What could we possibly want in this place? And you think I'd just take you at your word? I've seen what you do. Tear folks apart from the inside. There's enough chaos out here without you green motherfuckers making it worse. Then just remember, you and your little marvel brought you the fight to us, Fury. So we have Fury and Captain Marvel left. Oh, did I skip something? I think I did, didn't I? We can't have that. We'll restart this. A word, Summoner. You know what you do is important. I know what you do is important. But I must speak to you privately. It's about the scrolls. Your allies are correct. They are here. But they have not arrived recently. There is no invasion. They have been here for some time by my hand. I'm not proud to admit this, but hear me out. I have not tried Act 6 yet. Just did the other stuff. Like, I got the Nick Fury stuff out of the way for the week, and I got a couple more rounds of the monthly done. So I want to get all that done before I tackle 6. But I look forward to trying it. I know some people are completely done with it already. Kind of crazy. When the Maestro had me under his thumb, he demanded outrageous numbers of champions for the contest. 5,000 Wolverines, 10,000 Captain Americas. Even I, the Collector, could not fulfill such demand. But, as you know, he was a difficult man to defy. I was backed into a corner. I needed a solution. And I found one in the scrolls. How was it? Was it, did you find it difficult? Or was it kind of like Act 5? So not too bad. I did the easiest path for who I had some resources on Sabretooth. Right on. Just gotta get used to not dodging back, yes. It's a learned response, right? So you just immediately want to do it. I think the damage is significantly less with the 6-star, but by collecting scrolls and using the power of the isosphere to enhance them, I was able to embellish the numbers. These inauthentic champions were left in stasis after the Maestro was convinced of the count. Over time, however, it would seem that many have found their way into the battle realm. Unwilling participants, as many champions are. I know this is perhaps a little too late, but with my daughter returned, I must do what I can to face my errors and right past wrongs. You have always been a solution to many problems in this place. I hope this information can help you, direct you. Take her down by block damage. Yeah. Nick Fury. Danvers. And another Fury? I should have known he'd show up eventually. I was getting tired of hiding anyway. I just needed proof. But all of you together, all the fighting you've done, and then this one imitating him? I am confident now that you're the real deal. Then we've got work to do, Captain. That we do. And with that, Fury falls. So falls Fury. I'm still putting the pieces back together. Coming to this place, wherever it is, did a number on me. Tell me about it. I'm starting to put names to faces, though. Thanks for believing in me, Fury. Faith in all of you, whack jobs, is most of my job description. Glad to hear you're doing better. From what I've gathered, we're near some form of leadership for this group of scrolls. Come with me. I'm going to need your help. I do got something to show you after this, Sniper. Just so you know. I think you'll be impressed and proud. Damn you, Fury. I'd hoped you would make my job easier. Captain Marvel? But just know your people. You just know your people, don't you? Perhaps too well. I don't think it is, Cap. And now you hunt us like dogs? Disadvantage. He can't take the might of the hype. Hyperion. Granted, that is one beefed up hype. Hey, what's up, Dragon? Welcome. I am reading story mode tonight. Which keeps... my stream keeps being weird. Oh, welcome, dude. You certainly, liven up the place, brother. I appreciate it. You monsters. You monsters have done the same to us countless times in history. On Earth? In the reaches of the cosmos? Perhaps. What have we done here? We have survived, laid low. We have nothing to gain here. Your words are empty. I'm not here to parley. Well said. Yeah. Is this your first time catching the stream, man? I'm not just heroic. I'm just actually going through to read the story. Like every monthly event, I go through and actually read the storyline in one of my streams, and this is what this one is. Then it seems I have no choice. If I'm going to fight you, I'm going to show you what Captain Marvel is really capable of. Whoa! Don't let it stay your hand. This is how they win? Divide and conquer. But they're already too late. Boom. And with that, our story is complete. So yeah, man, once a month I go through and I just read the storyline front to back. So, because a lot of people don't, and it's actually pretty interesting. They actually do a pretty decent job with it, and nobody else does it. So it's kind of like my new thing, I guess. And I have fun doing it, so. Alright, Sniper. Right in that. Alright, Sniper, you there? You watching? And Dragon Balls, again, man, thanks for coming, brother. I always appreciate the guys stopping in and seeing what's going on with me. Seeing me, I mean, you always see my name, see what I'm doing, but you never actually see me. Now you do. That's me. All right, man, here you go. I hope you saw that. And if you did, you should know exactly what that was. Of course, of course. I knew it was coming. I just had to wait for it. But this, it's a hardback book that he wrote. And it is the entire campaign setting for Taldore. Which is really cool. Because he's got a lot of good lore in there. And all of his custom rules and stuff that he uses, they're also in there. So you can take and pick and piece together, cherry pick, all that. It's really cool stuff. Like, I was impressed with it. What I've read so far. I think I've done a single pass of like all of the events so far. Except beginner. I'm done with it. Normal, I'm almost halfway through it. Heroic I just did for my first time. Master I did one time, and Uncollected I did one time. I'll pump those out soon. I did do the Furies initiative. So here's something cool. This team that I'm using, I can actually use them in 6.1. I can use all these people. Should I? Should I make a 6-star go in there? Should I pick a different 5-star? I'm not sure. That's awesome, man. So that's awesome, and fuck you for putting me onto that, because I'm in where you are. It is extraordinarily good, so I just want to keep watching and getting. And for that, that would be the best team, I think. That right there. For me. Because Hype, Void, Ghost Rider, and Blade are R5. They're all rank 5. And Archangel is rank 4, but he's got enough signature levels that it doesn't matter. And they're all above 10,000. Like, I'm, what, 12,000 above the recommended? I think it would work just fine. But that's for another day, another stream. I don't want to get into that today. It does sound like fun, though. I ain't gonna lie. It does sound like fun. But I have to stick with I need to just get all this done. That's what I need to do. Just buckle down, just get it done, and then I can move on to Act 6. These just get very boring because it's just basically auto fights all the way through. So while I'm going to just step away for a second, get a drink, probably hit the restroom, I'll be back. I'll be back shortly. Hang out, chat, play the games at the bottom. Have fun, and I'll return in just a moment. And we're almost back. Can't believe I forgot the green screen there for a second. The magic. Okay. So, anything else you guys want to discuss tonight? Anything you'd like to go over or just chat about? Kind of free form right now. Especially since it's just gonna autoplay most of this. Told you Hype was a badass though. I tell you, keeping myself hydrated through this flu has been key. It was really bad there for a while. But I am much, much better now. Oh. So, Sniper. I haven't watched the one-shots yet. Just cause. Kind of wanted to go through the campaign stuff first. But that's what turned me on to that Tal'Dorei book. And then I got Volo's Guide to Monsters. And Xanther's Guide to Everything. And finally, Mordenkaim's Tome of Foes. Tome of Foes. I have looked. I just haven't watched them. Yeah, it's on my list. I just haven't got to it yet. Depending on how things go down and happen, I might ask them for some advice, really, because they're all local to each other, and not everybody that I'll end up playing with will be local, obviously. So I want to see what kind of their advice. I know they use Skype a couple times, but I'm not sure how great that actually worked. And I'm sure there's other services that might be decent or better. I know D&D Beyond is key. That is a great resource, website, app. Keep your campaign together in there. It's really good. The more I use it, the more I enjoy it. It's got a lot of good stuff with it. Between the Sheets, though, that one has got me a couple times looking at them because not everybody has played like on a consistent basis, so they're not sure. And I think Between the Sheets would be a great tutorial for them on a lot of stuff. It's like for a lot of fun though. I think once I get it all down and figured out, it's gonna be a ton of fun. It's always fun. It's always fun playing with your friends. Always fun. I did get the approval from a local not GameStop, but a game store here. Oh, nice. Oh, nice. See, I took it as it was kind of a guide on the characters themselves, how they built them, and but that's cool. Oh, anyway, so a local, I say game store. It's a tabletop gaming place, and they have one of the big tables like they do in Critical Role, huge table that they told us that as long as we gave them the heads up, we could use it whenever we wanted, and feel free to do any recordings and stuff there. So that kind of got me pretty stoked. It's a pretty big room that it's in, so I could actually do some good lighting and make it look really good. So that's really cool. I'm piecing it together as quickly as I can, but it obviously takes a long time to plan. I mean, none of this stuff is overnight, right? It takes a while to put it all together. But I will say I'm having a blast doing it. This is me relaxing. In my racer chair. I'm actually watching myself on my screen rather than on my, playing on the phone because it's auto playing. So I'm guessing where I need to push on the screen by watching that. It's funny. So yeah, man, I'm just hanging out now. As long as you guys want to talk. I didn't get, I had Nick Fury while I was testing him for the content creators, but I didn't get him in the crystal, and I didn't get a Captain Marvel. I got a 4-star Captain Marvel. I think I got a 4-star Captain Marvel. Doc is enjoying his new Captain Marvel. Yeah, that's the one it is. Handbooker Helper. That's the one. Yeah. That's right. You saw their Kickstarters still breaking records, right? Like they have an insane amount going on now. They wanted 750K, and I think they're up to, oh gosh. Let's just take a look. There you go. They're up to 7.2 million. With 36 days to go. And you see, I pledged. I want the dice set and the art and all that. Like I didn't go to the crazy amounts they had. All the other ones were already taken. Everybody already got them all. But I think it's well worth what I put in there. So I look forward to seeing that fulfilled. And enjoying the animated Vox Machina. I think they're going to do the first ones are going to be the prequel that we didn't get, right? From the start of their series. So it'll be like the levels 1 through start of the series, all in animation. I take that back. I did watch one of the one-offs. I watched the Search for Grog. I watched that one. Because it was it's too good to pass up. Yeah, well, I'm looking forward to the Briarwood arc for sure. I'm just starting, like I'm still episode 2 or 3. I'm way down there. Like they're just in the Grey Spire mines now. With the dwarves. But I think it's going to be a lot of fun. The more comfortable they get doing it, You could just tell each episode. I mean, I watched the Mighty Nine series, and they're all comfortable, and they do their thing, and they know what's going on, and it's very polished compared to what it is now, where I'm watching them grow and learn and get into. It's really a cool process to watch. You're right? I'm completely with you. Sorry, the first 2 episodes, it's standalone. Yeah, that was the pre. And then every so often they've added another, right? And they just keep doing it. I keep getting their notes, right? And they're just blown away. They're completely blown away. And it's sincerely blown away. Like, they're like, oh my gosh. Hey, what's up, Admiral? How you doing, man? We are talking about Critical Role. I don't know if you've ever heard of Critical Role, but they are a channel on Twitch that does role-playing, D&D, Dungeons & Dragons, weekly. On Thursdays. You do? What days do you do it? I have not seen this, sir. I absolutely believe you. Yeah. So we were just talking, like we're both Kickstarter backers of them to animate their original. Tuesdays at 7. I'm gonna have to try and catch that, man, because I completely enjoy tabletop. Completely. In fact, I was just showing Sniper here. I picked this up today. Yeah. It's good. So far, it's been a good read what I've got into it. But he put a lot into this one. Like, there's the whole map of the world in the back. So you have all of Tal'Dorei. I don't know if you can see that. But all the lore and history and all that is listed in there. All his kind of custom modifications that he made to some of the things that they play. It's really cool. Really cool stuff. I've Sniper is the one that actually kind of turned me on to them, Critical Role guys. And I used to play tabletop way back when. For years I played, and then had kids and kind of lost sight with some of my friends, and just kind of fell out of it. And now, though, I'm starting to get back into it. And now my kids are grown, and they're getting back into it, so they want to get into it with us. You do Pathfinder? Right on. So we will do 5th edition when we do it again. Custom world that I've started to create. I don't have anything on my fingertips that shows what I've done, but I've made quite a big dent in a campaign for what started off as about 6 people, 7 people. I'm up to 23 people that want to play. So at this point, I have to split groups in days. Yeah, it snowballed fast. Snowballed fast. Oh, wow. That's awesome, though. That's awesome. So, you just had a guy give you mutants and master. Oh, nice. So you got even more research to do, huh? That's half the fun. Do you run the game? Or are you the storyteller, the dungeon master? Oh, wow. Nice. So I think I have collected all of the, not only digital, but hard copies of all of the 5th edition. And that one that I showed you, also I got today. Mordenkainen's Tomaphos, Xanthar's Guide to Everything, and Bolo's Guide to Monsters. Hey, what's up, Doc Strange? How you doing, man? Right on, man. I appreciate you stopping by, too. Thank you. And you also, Doc. Always, brother. Doc does a stream on YouTube. You should go check him out and subscribe, too. He's been at it a long while, and he is a mysterious one who has yet to show his face that I know of. But anyway, I'm probably going to be about another 5 minutes or so because it's late. I've been sick. I don't want to get sick again. So keep it nice and simple till I get my voice back at 100%. And then it's on. Then it's on. I mean, I'm up. Lordy. I haven't checked in a little while, but man, I'm up like... I'm over 60 viewers now, man. Followers. that got really loud. Let's try that one. Right on. We'll finish this late up and probably call it an evening. Because all this is gonna be is me auto fighting my way through the monthly. I just want to get it over with so I can focus down on some chapter 6 soon. Maybe get some feedback from you guys on what you think of it. And, of course, continue on my... That's what I've been doing, by the way, is listening to the Critical Role stream while I'm playing on the mind-numbing ones. It's a good way to pass it, right? Because I'm just clicking buttons and listening. It's not always the same as the podcast or the video on demand and all that, but at a pinch, it does the trick. Let you get it by. Let you get it by. I'm pretty easygoing. Plus, I've had a lot to focus on internally with the Alliance. There was a bunch of stuff there that is hopefully since settled down. And everything is going to be fine there. I trust in my officers. It's actually not bad, Sniper. I thought so too, until I actually kind of did it. And then I was like, oh. Because you, in your mind, you already know how they react. So you know what they're doing. Like, you could tell by their voices what their actions are doing. So it's easy to flow with it. Now, if I had never watched them, it would be a completely different story. But since I have, I can put those two together, even as I'm just clicking a button over here. And it works out. It works out. It's not the best, but it'll do. Oh, I am too. I am too. But you gotta do what you gotta do. Sometimes. But with that, I'm going to say goodnight. Thank you for showing. Thank you for talking. Thank you for chatting. Thank you for listening. Hope you enjoyed story time. That'll come again next month. Or maybe with Act 6. Maybe we'll do some Storytime Act 6. But until then, I will catch you guys on the flip.